Lethally Blonde is an incredibly gripping true crime series from ID that focuses on the dark side of fame. When you're working in an industry that centers around beauty, where you're essentially exploiting yourself just by doing the work, lines can easily get blurred, and sometimes that can be really dangerous. Lethally Blonde is a really exciting crime series. All the cases center around a female perspective, and they center on participants, whether they're the victim or the perpetrator, that were all along the fringes of the entertainment industry. So you really get to dive deep under what looks like a really glamorous lifestyle, but you're really exploring the peril of that lifestyle as well. Many of the people in these stories, they're coming to Hollywood looking for a career in the entertainment industry and somehow end up down a bad path. And all these stories are very different. They're all really interesting and exciting, and there's a lot of twist endings on some of them too. I know what it's like being a young woman from a small town moving to LA and wanting to get into the entertainment industry. I know what it was like back in the day before social media, where you had to try and find photographers and agents on your own, and you don't necessarily know who you're meeting up with. And there's a lot of danger involved in that. Some of these stories are really tough. I mean, they're all really tough in different ways. You think about, these are real people, they have real families who are hurting, and it's just terrible what can happen to anybody. I think these stories from Playboy Murders and Lethally Blonde really appeal to me because some of the things these people have gone through I find relatable because I've been in some similar situations that they went through in life. And I think other people are really fascinated by these stories too, because a lot of them are people who were involved in the entertainment industry or involved in kind of these glamorous worlds that we don't know a lot about, or these mysterious sides of the industry. And I think that's really intriguing. I love seeing a true story well told, and I think my interest in true crime started when I was a kid watching Unsolved Mysteries in the 80s. I remember I was on vacation in Hawaii and we were watching Unsolved Mysteries and the power went out right in the middle of it, and I thought it was the scariest thing ever, and then I was hooked. I would say for people looking to get into the entertainment industry, don't rush into anything. People are always going to pressure you and make you feel like you're going to expire tomorrow if you don't sign this contract right this second. But you should always read through every contract, have an attorney look at it if you can, and do all the research necessary. I love ID's storytelling, and I love the fact that they're very victim-centric, and I've just had an amazing experience over these 3 seasons of shows just telling these stories. One of the stories from Lethally Blonde that sticks with me the most is the story of Kimberly Pandalios. She came to LA, she wanted to be a model, and she ended up going on a shoot with a photographer who turned out to be a predator. And I just feel like that's something that could have happened to me when I was young and moving to LA and looking for photographers in the trade papers. It was such a similar situation that could have gone wrong. One of the stories we follow is Tim Boehm's story. He was in the gay porn industry, and he was keeping his alter ego, his entertainment industry self, hidden from most of the people in his life. And it's just an example of what sometimes people can get away with when you're not looking too far under the surface. 3 words that describe Lethally Blonde are cautionary, mysterious, and gripping. Viewers should tune into Lethally Blonde because these are incredibly important, gripping, real stories, some of which are still unsolved.